Hey, what's up, everyone? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. We are doing the Monday market report for the week ending May 24th of 2020, which can only mean this one thing, that a week from now we'll be at the very last day of the month for the final Monday market report for the month of May. Should be exciting. So we featured a little bit of a slowdown last week. There's nothing unusual about it. There usually is. Generally, um, coming after a major show. So we saw the CSNS show wrap up, and there was about a 10 to 14 day lag in sales. Not as many quality sales, but we did see kind of a shift into a little bit older coins for the period that I normally cover, which is like the 20th century and 21st century. So from 1900 on. So in this week, we see kind of an increase in some of the sales of the more modern material, like post-1950. We're going to talk about that in here. But it's pretty interesting, okay? During these times of the pandemic, we have seen a higher rate of sales revolving around collectibles in general, okay? So coins certainly fit that. We've seen prices rise. We've seen the price of silver increase here in the last week by about $1.50, which is, that's all you need to kind of draw in some of this extra hype. It's kind of like a spur of the moment thing. I don't know how long it's going to sustain things, but if the market continues to rise in precious metals, then you're going to see everything go up as a result, and that's also including collectible coins and currency. So we're beginning to see more stabilization on some of the prices that we're going to feature in here. Of course, as you guys know, I talk only strictly graded coins that have sold within the last 7 days. All of the sales for this week is featured on great collections, so we didn't have any big time kind of big auctions featured for this past week, but that's all going to change here in the next few weeks as we see a couple more higher profile auctions take place. And usually that's a good way to kick off the summer. Now, last year we saw a really busy summer. How is that going to play out as the country, I guess, kind of goes back to work, if that makes sense? The country is opening up in certain areas, and I don't know how that's going to affect the collectibles market. We've also seen just huge desirability in not only coins, but also sports cards and comic books, two of the other collectibles that I cover. But yeah, we've seen a shortness of high quality, just singular items for sale, and when they do come up, they sell for an astronomical amount of money. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Of course, again, all of the sales are from great collections this week. I got a nice suite of various coins to talk about. Again, like, share my video, subscribe it if you'd like. The extra support goes a long way during these crazy times. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. Lost my train of thought there for a hot minute. So we're going to go ahead and start out with this beautiful 1983 Lincoln Memorial Cent. This is a coin that I love covering week in, week out. There always seems to be a really nice high-graded example of some sort that is featured in the auction circuit. And this week, we have a beauty. It's a PCGS Mid-State 67 Plus full red. This is the doubled die reverse. As you can see, this has probably the strongest doubling you'll ever see within the last 25-30 years. Okay, actually a little bit longer than that, maybe last 40 years. But this is a coin right here that in the highest grades has tremendous upside. This one right here sold for $4,137.75. A truly marvelous example that exudes a lot of character. You see a lot of the die file lines on the obverse there in front of Lincoln's forehead. All right, and that's pretty cool. I like that. There's just lots of character. All right, so the next penny that we have here is the 1950D Lincoln Wheatback Cent. This one right here, another high grade, another tough date, I guess, when it comes to top pop grades. is a PCGS Mint State 67 red. This one is also QA certified. They're similar to CAC, which is the Coin Acceptance Certification Program. This one right here is sold for $1,046.31. It looks like there were a few people that needed this for a registry set. Alright, we're getting a little bit older, and at the same time we are entering a period of time in which coins were tough to find in high quality. Okay, we see a lot of subpar strikes revolving around the teens and 20s dates of coins. In addition, the Great Depression was just around the corner, so people were spending these coins quite frequently, quite often. So finding one today that is in this state of preservation can be a little bit challenging. So what we have here is a PCGS Mint State 67 full red example, and this one sold for $1,018.12, which is not too bad considering it's a Philadelphia minted coin. You're going to find much better quality in the Philadelphia minted dates of the 20s than you normally would Denver's and San Francisco's. So keep that in mind. If you come across some of these gem kind of red coins that look good but are still pretty raw, you might actually have something. And the same goes for something like this. Now, this one is an outlier. It's a 1925S, and I do apologize about the rotated photos. The coin is actually been rotated in the slab, yet it's not in a rattler. So maybe this is something that happened over time, or it was mistakenly inserted, rotated in the slab, who knows. But I've talked about any Denver or San Francisco minted Lincoln cents of the 1920s as being some of the most challenging coins to find in mint state and full red. Now, this right here has a few carbon spot issues, okay, but it doesn't quite detract from the overall grade, all right? Given the decade, these coins were produced in a much different environment than they are today, where it's much more controlled and quality is out in front for those particular employees. Now, this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 64 red, all right? So it's a pretty kind of like middle ground type grade. Sold for $2,109.38. Whatever you want to say about the carbon spots and all that, all right, again, it's a very difficult date to find full red, all right, and this one hits all the marks. All right, another pretty difficult date here, but this one is a lot better. But this coin just gives you a general idea of how bad the strikes were during its time period. So we have a 1920D Lincoln wheat cent. This one is an NGC Mint State 66 full red example. And as you can see, the strike is not good. Even the rims show a lot of flattening. The reverse looks pretty bad. You got a lot of die deterioration happening here. But this one, guess what? Sold for $4,288.50. High quality, regardless of strike, wins every time when it comes to these teens and 20s dated Lincoln cents. And then finally, I wanted to talk about a really beautiful coin. Now, the 1908S, as you can see, there's an S mint mark here below the wreath, is the very first coin to feature a mint mark on the Lincoln, or on the pennies, the small cents. The 1908S is certainly a semi-key among the various dates that are represented on the Indian head cents. The grade is tremendous. NGC Mint State 67 red, a very beautiful coin that shows minimal contact marks, very clean, great surfaces. The fields are nice and defect-free, mark-free. This one brought home $17,437.50. A tremendous investor quality coin. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a registry set, but this is one that is incredibly difficult to find at this high grade level. A really, really striking coin. Alright, so we got a couple nickels here. We're going to start her off with a silver wartime nickel. This is a 1944D. As you can see, it features a Denver mint mark on the reverse. Another cool fact, it's also an RPM. Alright, you can actually see the doubled D right here, which is kind of cool. But this is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus. There's no full steps designation, so this one is kind of refreshing because I seem to talk about full steps nickels quite often in these Monday market reports, but when one comes across with no designation whatsoever of a full strike, like a full steps nickel, it really is a really refreshing kind of coin on the list. So the coin is a nice high grade. It features a little bit of, kind of the yellowy, there's little hints of green and pink toning on here. So it's a very attractive coin. There are a few steps, but there's a lot of marks. So that's why it didn't get FS. This one sold for $1,760.62, proving yet again that you don't need the full steps to have a valuable coin. All right. Okay, so we got a couple Buffalo nickels on tap here for you. So this 35S is, of course, one of your high mintage 1930s Buffalo nickels, pretty easily accessible in higher grades like Mint State 65. You could buy this coin for just under $100. But if you're able to cherry pick one that has much cleaner surfaces like the example you see here, then congratulations. You have done pretty well and kind of hit a mini lottery. This is a PCGS Mint State 67. It's CAC certified. And this one sold for $2,707.32. A pretty nice sale for an otherwise high mintage Buffalo nickel. All right, so what we have here is another pretty common date in higher Mint State fashion. I've owned a few of these in 65. Again, for under $100. It's a little bit earlier date, which is cool. Philadelphia Mint, okay, it's the 1925 PCGS Mint State 67. Features some pretty nice toning, and this is a coin that is a previous Sunset Collection piece. This is actually part of number 108 out of the series, I guess. This one sold for $3,093.75. All right, the grade really drives this. The toning is just icing on the cake. All right, how about a really pretty Roosevelt Dime? It's a 1949 date. The color is what really makes this one very attractive in the eyes of the bidders. On the obverse, you have a lot of really nice kind of like forest greens with little hints and pockets of yellow and gold in there. And then the reverse, you get different types of shades of dark blues and purples, and then you get a bullseye target in the middle of green and a little bit of yellow. So it's got quite a bit of just really attractive coloring on here. Now, it is a more common date. Even though it's one of the earlier dates of Roosevelt Dimes, the 1949 is an easy coin to find in high Mint State. I actually own a Mint State 67 of this coin, and that coin, by the way, is a lot cheaper than what this one sold for. This one sold for $2,742.75. I would say that probably a good deal of that, aside from the full bands on the reverse, is also the toning. All right, this is just an absolute nice coin all around. All right, so we have another one of those pre-depression coins that are extremely important in the coin market, and it's a 1920s Mercury Dime. This one is a PCGS Mint State 65 full split band. It's a really pretty coin with original toning, just some crustability on there, I guess, is what people like to see. All right, they don't want to see coins that are blast white or have been dipped or anything like that. Okay, the real money is in originality. Okay, even if the toning colors is on the less desirable side. All right, people just love this type. This one right here sold for $2,874.38. A really nice chunk of money. Again, we're talking about a tougher date. It is a San Francisco Mint, and it is full split bands. 65 is a nice middle of the road grade. These can get really crazy. Once you get up to like 66 or 66 plus, then we're talking about a $10,000 coin. It is just one of the tougher dates for a full strike. All right, we got a people pleaser here as being one of the more popularly hoarded types of coins out there. It's going to be the dual date 1976 bicentennial quarter featuring the drummer boy on the reverse. This one has some pretty neat toning on there, usually toning on clad coins. It's kind of more on the muted, if not more pastel side of things, but this one here definitely warrants some conversation. It's a PCGS Mint State 67, QA certified, gold shielded. This one right here is sold for $1,181.25. This is also an X Sunset Collection piece. All right, we got another quarter, and this one is certainly splashy. I think I've seen this one before. This might be a resell, I'm not sure. But you have kind of like that watercolory kind of splashy obverse on here with just amazing arrays of color. Again, the originality of this coin cannot be overstated. It is just a peach. Now, it's a very common date too, a 62D. Generally, this is a coin that you would find in your scrap silver bin, even in high mint state grades. So with the toning and the mint state 67 grade, this one sold for $2,137.50. Pretty nice there. All right, so we got another pretty common, very much available date here. It's a 1960D Washington quarter. PCGS Mint State 67. Sounds like it's another registry set type example. This one right here is also a Sunset Collection Provenance piece. And this one sold for $1,757.25. All right, and I would say the best of the bunch right here. We have a few more quarters going, but this one here takes the cake for probably looking like a crayon box that's just threw up all over this coin. It's that good looking. The obverse looks very, it looks like it came from outer space. Okay, just based on everything that you see here, the blues, the violets, and then the little hints of, it's just an amazing coin to find with this kind of toning. And then on the reverse, it looks like a really cool painting. It's just really nice, lots of great color. It grades out PCGS Mint State 67. Plus, it is also CAC certified, a real gem in the confines of the collectible coin market. This one has it all. So it is a Sunset Collection piece, and this one sold for $1,182.79. All right, a somewhat tougher grade. I mean, it's not exactly a 32D or a 32S, but this is a 36D. All right, so a lot of these coins circulated. All right, there's not too many of them that have stayed in this state of preservation for the longest time. But this one right here is a nice PCGS Mint State 67 example. A real pleasing type coin, to be honest with you. This one here sold for $3,223.12, if you could believe it or not. Again, branch mint, 1930s Washington quarters is always going to have a hot market for the right type of grades. And then finally, this last quarter on the list is the 34D. Again, just kind of piggybacking off of the previous coin. Another tough one, PCGS Mint State 67. CAC certified, a real nice coin here. But get this one, the price is nice too. It sold for $8,156.25. Yeah, that is surprising to say the least. But eye appeal wise, it's probably not the most top notch. But I will say that just little hints of originality, toning wise. It doesn't matter what color combination it is, always helps boost the just the originality of a coin like this. All right, so we got a couple half dollars here, and then we're going to wrap her up. We have a 1957D. Again, this is what I would say would be a very common date to find in high mint state grades for about $20. But again, it's atypical to find one with this kind of toning on there. Toning seems to be the hot meal ticket here lately. So, just keep in mind, any sort of coin with toning, it can have quite the market. It doesn't necessarily have to be a top pop grade. The toning is just what adds the extra bit of appeal and value and the upmarket marketability of such coins. So this is an NGC Mint State 66 Plus. It is a full bell lines coin, a little bit tougher for the date. But this one right here is also a Sunset Collection piece. Forgot to say that. Sold for $1,528.88. Willing to bet that at least 25 to 30% of that value has everything to do with the originality of the coin. And then finally, of course, we're going to go ahead and end it off on another toned coin, which, by the way, if I hadn't said it before, I'll say it again, is a hot market today. Great Collection sells a lot of toned coins, so if you're looking to jump into a really nice toner, now might be the time while there's still inventory out there. So this is a 56. Again, another common date. PCGS Mid-State 67 full bell lines coin right here, CAC certified. This one's not a Sunset Collection piece, so this was an independent consignment. But this one here sold for $1,166.62. Wow, pretty nice stuff. As you can see, just a tremendous coin market right now. I haven't said it at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it here. If you've got the high quality coins that you want to sell, now might be the time to do it. Because prices have jumped up anywhere from 10 to 20% on some of these various coins. Now, keep in mind some of the more middle grade stuff, that in which there are a lot available of that grade, is not taking off as much as some of the higher grades of some of the other ones. So keep that in mind. Always do your research before you go and try and consign these coins to a Great Collections or Heritage auctions. Keeping in mind, Heritage is actively looking for consignments for their Long Beach sale over the summer. So make sure that you keep that on your back of your mind, that if you have some coins, that might be your place right there. If not, just go ahead and do Great Collections or even do eBay. eBay has been a really good seller, but some people have been growing tired of eBay and some of the stuff that happens there. So yeah, coins are selling big right now. If you got it, you need the extra money, or you just want to get out of it so you can make a few extra bucks on your initial investment, then that's a great idea. So I want to thank you guys for watching again. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'll repeat it. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, please. I will love you guys forever. So if you love collecting coins and money, this is your spot. All right, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. As always, have a great, safe Monday. Enjoy your Memorial Day. And I will see you on the next coin video. You guys take care now.